Hi, I'm James Gensterblum. I'm the Director of Athletic Communications at Hillsdale College. I'm joined today by Hillsdale Class of 2021 graduate, football player, and the 2020-21 Great Midwest Athletic Conference Male Scholar Athlete of the Year, Joey Brenner. Thanks for being here with me today, Joey.
Thank you.
So to explain a little bit about the Scholar Athlete Award, it focuses on the most recently completed academic year. It's awarded to the highest achieving student athlete in terms of scholarship in the entire GMAC. It's voted on by faculty athletic representatives from across the conference, every athletic department. And Joey is Hillsdale's first ever male recipient of the award since joining the conference as a member institution in 2017-2018. He's the third football player in the 9-year history of the award to win it, and we're very excited to have him here. So first of all, Joey, tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of your role on the football team these last 4 years, what you majored in college, and what your current plans are now that you've graduated.
Well, as far as football goes, I was blessed enough to be able to work in after my redshirt season as a long snapper right away, and then kind of kept up with that role as I started working my way onto the field as a tight end and H-back a little bit more and more each season. And last season, even though the season was cut short and I had to miss a game with some COVID complications, I did get to play a lot, and it was a lot of fun, and I'm grateful that the conference was able to have a season for us. As far as academically, I majored in biochemistry, and I will be going to the University of Toledo's medical school in the fall.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you kind of achieved at a very high level academically. As a college athlete, balancing the demands of playing a sport with excelling academically, it's a daunting task. What were some of the challenges you faced over the course of your 4 years at Hillsdale, and kind of what was the key to overcoming them and kind of being successful in both aspects?
Well, I think one big thing that helped me overcome any of those challenges was right away study tables at Hillsdale. Our football team, you come in our first semester, we're in season, and you get your first course load of our notoriously rigorous core curriculum. And they have us set aside 2 hours a night for 4 nights a week just for school. So even if you don't have necessarily schoolwork to do, you're looking ahead of the future because there's always papers to write. And I think that just that discipline of separating football and school and being able to conquer them both individually. And I think Hillsdale's academic staff does a great job of understanding that we do have a lot of athletes, but those athletes are also there to perform academically very well as athletically. And our coaches do a good job of separating school and football as well, and reminding us, when you're not playing football, you are a student first, and you need to be doing that. But when you're down on the field, that's what you got to be focused on. So just being able to separate the two and give all of your attention to one at a time is really helpful. And I think both the teachers and coaches do a great job of emphasizing that.
So was a medical school a goal from the start, or was that something you kind of decided on later? And how did that impact kind of what you were choosing to do academically and kind of the sacrifices you had to make as an athlete and as a student?
Well, I came in as a biochem major, kind of thinking along those lines. So I did want to do that. I was the pre-med advisor, Dr. Hamilton, and then my academic advisor, Dr. Barron, did a great job of helping me figure out, how to get to medical school, as I was, very overwhelmed at first at how much it does take. But as far as that, I volunteered at the hospital, and Coach Otterbein even allowed me to run the bone marrow drive the last couple of years. And this year was a really big success here on campus. And they were more than willing to help us in any way they can, help us find volunteer opportunities, and we're willing to work around those for school or volunteer opportunities.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about that because I talked to Coach Otterbein. He mentioned kind of the leadership and community service roles you had on the team, on top of your academic course load, on top of kind of the football. Um, how important was it for you to kind of still make time for that stuff? And what do you think? What impact do you think that had on you as a person?
I think that the first year we did it, it was just cool to see how many people came in to um, help and volunteer. And that first year, I think I just did the half hour commitment that all the players were doing, and I was so touched. And as I volunteered to kind of run the thing with Drew Rubik, another teammate, just to see more and more stories. And as I kind of get closer to that medical field, all the stories of what those transplants really can do to just change the whole trajectory of someone's life, whether it just be a better quality of life or extending that life by years. So it is cool, and just to see how easy that program was and how selfless a lot of the people in the community are, it really increases faith in humanity and all that. It's cool to see.
Yeah, obviously, just from the disruption of COVID-19 alone, you can't really call what you had a normal college football career, but you were still able to be a part of a lot of success and and a lot of good things at Hillsdale. What was your favorite moment during this kind of 4-year run as a football player, and kind of what are you going to take most from this experience?
I think that last game we had against ODU this year was, I think, the most fun because it was against a good team that ODU was. It was on the road. It was, my last game ever, and everybody just played very well. It wasn't, a blowout win, but that made it more fun. Everybody did their job. It was a cool way to just say we're still, here, and it made me excited for the guys going into next year.
Yeah. As you head into medical school, what experiences and lessons from your time as a student at Hillsdale and as an athlete at Hillsdale you think you're going to be able to draw on going forward to kind of keep that level of success, as you're going through med school, as you're kind of getting into the real world?
Well, I think just the combination of school and football and the full calendar and busy schedule, I think time management is going to be huge. I know that like the studying, and I mean, I'm nervous, for that next step, but I think that just time management is going to be huge. And I don't think I'll ever do anything as physically and emotionally strenuous as go through a football season ever again. So, and if I do, I'll be lucky for it because I'm very grateful and it was a lot of fun. So if I can make it through that and get through it with the people I got through it with, I'm sure that I'll be able to hang in there and just keep the positive attitude and set your face and keep going.
Yeah. And just kind of on a final note, is there anybody that you want to thank or that you felt was really important during your time at Hillsdale to kind of help get you to this point?
Oh yeah, I mean, Coach Otterbein wrote a letter of recommendation for me to get into med school. Coach Reardon, my position coach, Coach Bo, Coach Stevo recruited me there. Coach Mitch in the weight room. I had a lot, spent just as much time in there, and that was a lot of fun. And then academically, Dr. Barron and Dr. Hamilton were really instrumental in helping me kind of figure that out. And just the whole athletic department, it was always, lots of friendly faces to go see every day, even, after my season this year, just shooting hoops in the rec, it was a lot of fun. I'm going to miss it. And thank you to everybody.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, and congratulations again on this honor. You are very deserving, and we appreciate you taking the time to be with us today.
Thank you much. I'm very honored and grateful for the award as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you.